friends of show, Pod Save America, are on a live tour right now. And we're going to show you guys just a brief snippet of their post-debate show in Boston, which was the 2 days after, their show in New York, which was the day before the debate, which Russell actually went to and interviewed fans outside. Didn't go in, but
I did not go to
outside.
the show. No.
He did not go to the show.
That is, there are limits to what I will do for journalism. I could not sit through a Pod Save America show.
That's right. Oof. So here is a brief snippet of what the inside of a Pod Save America live show looks like. This was in Boston after the debate where they had Mehdi Hassan sit in. I don't think we hear from him much, if at all, in this clip. But here's John Favreau, former Obama speechwriter, making the case that they have to get rid of Joe Biden.
The biggest challenge in this race has been to capture people's attention in a very fractured media environment. There are now no more opportunities, because the one opportunity when 50 million Americans tuned in, Joe Biden did not show up. The party does not have a problem with Democrats, it has a problem with Joe Biden. That's what people are trying to tell us right now. And
not exactly true.
A convention would be, look, a convention is risky. It is definitely risky. We could end up with a candidate, like Dan said, who then goes through the ringer of the next couple months, and we'll all sit there and be like, oh, this was worse. This was worse than Joe Biden. But this is democracy, right? All the candidates that are going to run will get to make speeches. There will be polls. Yes, the delegates will pick. Would it be better if voters picked? Yeah, of course. But that's not where we are right now. We're in a situation where...
Look, we're the party of democracy. It'd be nice if the voters had a say, but, you can't have everything. Right? We don't want to get greedy.
Well, and this is always the formulation with these people. Like, the underlying assumption is there's big machinery up here and you're a little person down here.
Right.
And you have to let this do what it does because it's too big for you to really have any impact on it. So the best you could do is get behind the lesser of two evils with enthusiasm because the system was designed to be ineffectual.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. It is a spectator. That's the ultimate irony. They view this as a spectator sport. As much as they claim to care about democracy, they view it as a spectator sport.
In just a couple months, Joe Biden could lose to someone who wants to end democracy, which we know because he tried to overturn democracy.
What democracy? What democracy? You guys talk like peasants backing feudal houses. That is how you talk about politics. House of Trump or House of Biden. The idea that neither of these houses should exist, not on the radar.
You literally just said the sentence before. I got to play this back to back.
This is democracy, right?
This is democracy.
All the candidates that are going to run will get to make speeches. There will be polls. Yes, the delegates will pick. Would it be better if voters picked? Yeah, of course. But that's not where we are right now. We're in a situation where in just a couple months, Joe Biden could lose to someone who wants to end democracy, which we know because
this is democracy. The delegates get to choose, not the people. It'd be nice if the people got to choose, but that's not where we are right now. But we're running against the guy who wants to end democracy. $100, $100 a ticket for this. Minimum. Minimum. Those are the nosebleeds.
The top tickets were $262 from what I saw.
Nosebleeds.
Yep. Wow. It's sold out. In New York, it's sold out. I'm sure it's sold out here, too.
Oh, in Boston, I'm sure it's sold out, too.
Yeah. To overturn democracy 4 years ago. That's where we are right now. So why not give people...
Sir, can I respond?
Yeah, can you mute his mic, please?
I'm going to need to let them respond. I'm going to have to let them respond.
Speaking of overturning democracy, we have a process to pick our nominee. We had that. We went through that process. Anyone could have run. No one. Dean Phillips ran. Marianne Williamson ran. We all could have voted for them. We didn't. We voted for Joe Biden.
Right, because you're dumb. Now everybody who watches this knows what we had to say about Marianne Williamson, Dean Phillips, and RFK. We didn't like any of them.
To their face in two of those cases.
Yeah, two of those cases. We saw it to their face. Exactly.
Quiet horse kicked out the fence.
Yeah. That didn't go as planned. But to brag that you voted for Joe Biden is really not a flex at this point. Also, what's the donut doing on top of the coffee cup? That's very strange. I've never seen anybody.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, there's a donut on top of his Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee. He has the straw going through the donut hole.
That's just bad parenting.
Yeah, that's weird. That's actually very distracting. Lost my train of thought because of that donut. But yeah, I mean, to brag that you chose Joe, like that, this is the problem. This is the problem is that you box out all the serious candidates. You tell them, don't even bother. So the only people who do run are the unserious candidates. Then you mock the unserious candidates and act like this was a totally on the up and up process. Yeah, we had a primary. We all voted for Joe Biden. And don't you feel great about that now, you fucking idiot?
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. These are people, and their audience, as you will see, are people who are comfortable having their conversation proscribed within this very narrow bandwidth. It's very much what Noam Chomsky so well described, going all the way back to manufacturing consent. They establish the acceptable range of opinion so that no one will go outside of it. And that's it. This is as far left as acceptable opinion among establishment leadership goes. And that is why when you look at people who are attracted to this, they're all people who always did what they were told as children. They're exactly those kind of very conformist people who never caused any trouble in school. Teacher always pat them on the head, because this very authoritarian language appeals to people who think that way, who think they don't have agency and their job is to please people in charge.
Please clap.